The galaxy had conquered over 3,000 civilizations. Some surrendered within hours, others fought for years. But in the end, every single one fell. The empire responsible for those victories was known by one terrifying name, the Zorvax Dominion. Wherever their black warships appeared, entire solar systems disappeared from history. They never negotiated. They never accepted peace. They offered only one choice: submit or become extinct. For 12,000 years, no civilization had ever defeated them. Not one. Until their scanners discovered a small blue planet hidden on the edge of the Orion Arm. Earth. The Zorvax High Emperor looked at the hologram of humanity and laughed. They still use governments? One general nodded. Yes, Your Majesty. They still argue among themselves. They still fight small wars. They still have dozens of different languages. The Emperor smiled. Primitive? How long until they surrender? The fleet commander answered confidently. Estimated resistance? Less than 48 hours. The Emperor stood. Prepare the invasion. By this time next week, Earth will belong to the Dominion. None of them realized. Earth had been expecting them. But 3 years earlier, a strange object crashed into the Pacific Ocean. Governments from every nation secretly recovered it before the public noticed. It wasn't a meteor. It wasn't a satellite. It was an alien probe. Inside, scientists found only one surviving file. A warning. The message had been translated into every human language. It contained only 12 words. Run. The Zorvax Dominion destroys every civilization it discovers. Nothing else. No sender. No explanation. Just run. Most world leaders believed it was fake. Others thought it was an elaborate hoax. But one woman refused to ignore it. General Amelia Hayes, commander of Earth's Unified Defense Initiative. She spent months studying the damaged probe. Finally, she reached one terrifying conclusion. If this message is real, we have very little time. The governments of Earth made the greatest decision in human history. For the first time ever, every nation secretly worked together. Not for politics, not for money, for survival. Operation Final Defense began. Deep beneath mountains, gigantic underground cities were constructed. Old missile silos became hidden launch facilities. Factories operated 24 hours a day. Scientists abandoned commercial research. Every laboratory focused on one objective: stopping an invasion no human had ever seen. Children continued going to school. Cities continued functioning normally. To the outside world, nothing had changed. But beneath their feet, humanity was preparing for the greatest war in its history. 3 years later, the warning finally came. NASA detected thousands of unknown objects entering the solar system. Not asteroids, not comets, warships, massive black vessels stretching dozens of kilometers across. The emergency alert spread worldwide within minutes. General Hayes entered the Global Defense Command. Every screen showed the same terrifying image: the alien fleet. One officer whispered, "How many?" The computer answered, "Confirmed. 8,000 capital ships." Silence. Another officer slowly asked, "Any chance they're peaceful?" Before anyone could answer, every television, every phone, every satellite activated simultaneously. An alien face appeared on every screen across Earth. Tall, grey skin, golden eyes, cold expression. The being spoke perfect English, then Spanish, then Arabic, then Mandarin, then every language known to humanity. "I am Supreme Commander Varkon of the Zorvax Dominion. You now belong to our empire. Surrender your governments. Surrender your military. Surrender your planet. You have exactly 1 hour. If you refuse, your species will cease to exist." The transmission ended. Around the world, silence. Then panic. Traffic stopped. Families embraced each other. Churches filled. Soldiers mobilized. For the first time in human history, every nation faced the same enemy. Inside the White House bunker, inside Beijing's underground command center, inside London's war room, inside Islamabad, Tokyo, Delhi, Moscow, Brasilia, and dozens of other capitals, leaders connected through one secure communication network. No arguments, no politics. General Hayes looked at every world leader. The time has come. Do we activate final defense? One by one, every leader answered the same way. Yes. No speeches, no hesitation. Just one word. Yes. Hayes turned toward the command console. Her fingerprint scanned, then her retina, then her DNA. Finally, she spoke 3 words. Activate final defense. Nothing happened. For 5 seconds, the world remained silent. Then, the earth itself began to move. Mountains opened. Deserts split apart. Entire forests shifted. From beneath the oceans, colossal structures rose toward the sky. Thousands of hidden defense platforms emerged from underground. Massive railguns rotated into firing position. Orbital missile elevators activated. Deep beneath Antarctica, a gigantic circular machine powered on for the first time. The alien fleet watched in complete confusion. Commander Varkan frowned. Our scans detected none of this. One officer answered nervously. They hid everything underground. The commander laughed. Clever. It changes nothing. He raised his hand. Begin orbital bombardment. Thousands of alien cannons charged simultaneously. Brilliant crimson light filled space. Then, the first shot was fired. The first alien cannon fired. A beam of crimson energy raced toward Earth at the speed of light. Commander Varkan smiled. One shot is enough. The beam entered Earth's atmosphere. But before it could strike, the sky flashed gold. A massive invisible shield suddenly surrounded the entire planet. The alien blast slammed into it. Instead of destroying Earth, the energy was absorbed. Silence. Every Zorvax officer froze. One whispered, Our weapons. They disappeared. General Hayes smiled inside Earth's command center. Welcome to the Genesis Shield. For 3 years, humanity hadn't tried building stronger weapons. They built something even better. A defense. The shield had been created using the alien probe recovered years earlier. Human scientists couldn't fully understand the technology, but they improved it. They made it stronger. The Zorvax fleet immediately fired again. Then again. Thousands of orbital cannons lit up space. The solar system looked like a second sun. Explosion after explosion shook Earth's orbit. When the smoke cleared, the shield still stood. Commander Varkan's smile disappeared. Impossible. No civilization has ever survived our opening attack. General Hayes looked toward the tactical display. Phase 2. Immediately, thousands of hidden launch silos opened beneath mountains across every continent. Millions of drones erupted into the sky. Not fighters, tiny autonomous machines. Alien officers laughed. They're attacking us with toys. Then the drones reached the fleet. Instead of exploding, they attached themselves to alien warships. Within seconds, entire ships lost power. Weapons shut down. Navigation failed. Human engineers had spent years studying the alien probe. They discovered one weakness. Every Zorvax ship shared the same communication network. The drones didn't destroy the ships. They infected them, one after another. Alien battleships drifted helplessly through space. Varkan slammed his fist against the command console. Disconnect the network! Too late. Over 2,000 capital ships were already offline. The bridge became silent. A young alien officer looked terrified. They hacked us with primitive technology. Varkan growled. No, they adapted ours. Back on Earth, people watched the battle live. For the first time since the invasion began, hope returned. Families hiding in bunkers began cheering. Children hugged their parents. Human soldiers smiled. But General Hayes wasn't celebrating. She knew the real battle hadn't started. The Zorvax Emperor himself had not yet entered the fight. Millions of kilometers away, a gigantic shadow emerged from hyperspace. It dwarfed every ship in the invasion fleet. The Emperor's flagship, nearly 1,000 kilometers long. Its main weapon had destroyed entire planets. The Emperor appeared across every battlefield. I underestimated humanity. That mistake ends now. The enormous cannon beneath his flagship began charging. Scientists on Earth immediately recognized the energy signature. One physicist turned pale. If that weapon fires, the shield won't survive. General Hayes closed her eyes. There goes our last secret. She pressed a red button. Deep beneath Antarctica, the mysterious circular machine awakened completely. No one except a handful of scientists knew it existed. The machine wasn't human. It had been hidden beneath Earth's ice for tens of thousands of years. Ancient, silent, waiting. As it powered on, a message appeared in every language on Earth. Authorized species detected. Humanity confirmed. The machine rose through the ice. It wasn't a weapon. It was a beacon. A pulse of golden light shot across the galaxy. For several seconds, nothing happened. The Emperor laughed. You've surrendered. Then, hundreds of hyperspace portals opened around the solar system. Not alien portals, human ones. Ancient fleets emerged from the darkness. Thousands, then tens of thousands, of silver warships unlike anything anyone had ever seen. Commander Varkan whispered. Who are they? A transmission echoed across every frequency. A calm, elderly voice answered. We are the first fleet. We never died. We were waiting. 5,000 years earlier, a portion of humanity had escaped beyond known space, waiting for the day Earth would call. Today, the call had finally come. The Emperor stared in disbelief. Humans? Who planned this? The first fleet opened fire. Golden beams tore through the Zorvax armada. Within minutes, the invaders began retreating. The unstoppable Empire was losing. Hours later, the Emperor's flagship burned silently above Mars. Commander Varkan looked at General Hayes through a hologram. I don't understand. You were weaker. You had fewer ships. You had less technology. How did you win? General Hayes smiled. Because you studied our weapons. You never studied our spirit. She continued. Humans don't fight because victory is guaranteed. We fight because the people behind us are worth protecting. The Emperor lowered his head. For the first time in 12,000 years, the Zorvax Dominion surrendered. Months later, Earth joined the Galactic Alliance. Not as a conquered world, but as its newest protector. Former enemies became allies. The story of humanity spread across every star system. Children no longer learned that humans were primitive. They learned something far more important. Never underestimate a species that refuses to give up. Because on the darkest day in Earth's history, humanity proved one simple truth. The strongest weapon in the universe was never technology. It was hope. If you enjoyed this HFY story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more epic sci-fi adventures. Until next time, remember, among the stars, humanity never gives up.